Hey, what's up you guys? Today I wanted to do the book character Pinterest challenge thing that Kristen over at Perks of a Bookflower started. So I will link her original video as well as her channel down below. She is honestly super great. I love her. I love all of her comments. They're all so nice and her videos are so adorable and fun, so I highly recommend checking out her channel if you haven't done so. I will link her down below. But let's just get into this challenge because it honestly looked like so much fun and I just really wanted to do it. The first prompt is to pick your all-time favorite character. My favorite character of all time is Evelyn Hugo from the 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I thought she was such a strong and resilient character. She was so unique and she had so much depth to her. She wasn't just one thing, she was so many things. She was ambitious, but she was also caring. She was brave, but she was also scared at times. You just got to see so many different emotions through her and with her because you really just go through her entire life in that book from when she was a kid until she is old. It's honestly a fantastic book and she's a fantastic character. I just think that she is so strong and so brave and so ambitious, and she's just such a Slytherin and I love it. So the first thing you have to pick is an outfit that he or she would wear. Evelyn Hugo, she wore a green dress, so I'm gonna look for a green dress that looks worthy of a star who's going to the Oscars. So the next prompt is to pick a quote that shows your character's personality. For this, she is just all about ambition, so I want to pick a quote that kind of shows that ambition. So I found this quote that says, "The first step towards getting somewhere is to decide that you are not going to stay where you are." And I think this perfectly sums up Evelyn Hugo because she got where she wanted to be. She didn't let anything stop her from being with who she wanted and having the job that she wanted. And the third prompt is a landscape that your character would love to live in. For this, I think I'm gonna go with Hollywood because Evelyn Hugo, she loved stardom and she loved everything about being a star, so I think Hollywood is a place that she really liked to live. And then the next prompt is a book that your character would enjoy. And so for this, I think that she's gonna enjoy something that's going to make her very effective and that's gonna help her productivity. So for this, I'm gonna pick a book that I haven't actually read. It's just something I've heard of, which is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, because she really wants to just get more power, get more stardom. I think that this is something that she would enjoy because it would help her to achieve her goals. And the next prompt is a food or drink that your character would enjoy. I don't honestly remember the foods or drinks that Evelyn enjoyed. Actually, wait a second. I think she liked shakes. So we're just gonna throw a chocolate shake in there. Okay, so now there are some bonus prompts to go along with your favorite character. The first bonus prompt is a tiny flaw. Not every character is perfect. Pick a photo that represents a flaw. For me, with Evelyn Hugo, something that represents a flaw for her is she's not very good at relationships. She obviously isn't because she had 7 husbands, but she's just not very good at relationships and communication within a relationship. So I'm gonna pick something that's going to represent that. So I found a picture of 2 people arguing and I'm gonna use this for that representation of her just not being a good communicator. The next bonus prompt is childhood influences. Our childhood can sometimes be formative in our development. Pick a photo that represents the childhood your character had. My character grew up in like the New York, in the slum type areas. She was not very rich. I'm just gonna look for New York slums. And the last bonus prompt is struggle. Our favorite characters had to overcome a lot to transform into the person they are by the end of the story. Think about the main conflict your character faced in their story and pick a photo that represents this. So the main conflict that Evelyn really deals with in her story, because it does kind of go through her entire life, is just internal conflicts that she has with herself and with being who she is while at the same time getting the things that she wants and just trying to achieve her goals in life. So for this prompt, I chose a image that is supposed to represent internally struggling with who you are in your person and basically just the different sides of you, the good and the bad. So now that we've gone through my favorite character, we get to go through my least favorite character. And honestly, my least favorite character of all time is Professor Umbridge, but Perks of a Bookflower used Umbridge as her example of her most hated character, and I didn't want to just repeat the same thing that she did. So again, check out her video. I'm linking it down below. So I instead chose Sebastian Morgenstern / Jonathan Morgenstern from the Mortal Instruments books. So the first few prompts are the same as with my favorite character. So let's just kick it off with those, with something that he would wear. So Jonathan is a shadow hunter, so he's gonna wear some shadow hunter gear. And the next prompt is to pick a quote that shows your character's personality. And Jonathan is kind of not a nice guy. Jonathan really honestly just wants to kill everyone and destroy the world. So for this I chose a pretty popular quote, which is, "I am become death, destroyer of worlds." The next prompt is a landscape your character would love to live in. So I don't know if Sebastian really wants to live anywhere, but I do know that he lived in Idris most of his life, and everyone who lived in Idris seems to have very fond memories of it. So I'm gonna go with Idris as somewhere that he would like to live. And then the next prompt is a book your character would enjoy. So for this, I think he would enjoy pretty much anything discussing demonology. So I'm gonna look for a book on demonology. The next prompt is a food or drink your character would enjoy. And again, for this one, I don't really remember what Sebastian enjoys eating or drinking, but I think I'm gonna go with something like a Bloody Mary or something, because it seems like he would want to drink blood for no reason other than he's part demon and he's sadistic and has issues. So I'm just gonna give him a Bloody Mary. I mean, I know there's not blood in that, but it's got blood in the name. There are also some bonus prompts to go with your least favorite character. So the first bonus prompt is a backstory image. Pick a photo that may show the tragic backstory that contributed to this character's flaws / why you dislike them. For this, Sebastian was, as a child, given demon blood to make him more evil. But for this, I'm going to choose an image about a psychological experiment that happened that was honestly super terrible and super inhumane. But it did happen and it did teach us some things. But it's known as the Little Albert experiment. What happened is there was this kid and he was experimented upon, I think by his parents, but they wanted to see if you could condition a fear response. So that's what they did. This child, he was like literally a baby and he was scared by loud noises, as you would be as a child. And these experimenters, they would show him like an image of a white bunny, and then they would make a really loud noise and scare him. And they would do this repeatedly so that as he grew, he was just terrified of bunnies. But yeah, they conditioned essentially a fear response in this child. So it's really inhumane, but I feel like that kind of represents altering Sebastian's chemistry, genetic makeup to make him more demonic. So the next prompt is a childhood image. Imagine what this character's childlike might have been like, and choose a photo that represents this. So in the Mortal Instruments books, we get this story of Jace with a raven. I think that raven is probably the best thing to represent Sebastian's childhood, just because he was raised to be cool and he was raised to not care about creatures and their feelings. And I feel like that raven is just the best way to represent his childhood. And so the last prompt for your least favorite character is a redeeming aspect. Think about the one good thing about this character. Pick a photo that represents this. So Sebastian was a pretty terrible guy. He did a lot of terrible things. Try and think of something redeeming about him, and it's difficult. He's a pretty good fighter, I guess. So yeah, he is very good at fighting and stuff like that, which I guess is a redeeming aspect, I think. I really can't think of anything that's super redeeming about him because he is just a demon. Like, he's literally descended from a demon. So the last character is a character from the book you most recently read, and I just finished Six of Crows last night, and I am currently working through Crooked Kingdom right now. So for this I picked Inej because she is my favorite by far. I love all the characters in that book, but she really is someone that I'm really loving. So the first prompt, as always, is an outfit he or she would wear. So Inej is just going to wear something super stealthy, super dark. So I just kind of looked up some fan art for her and picked it because she really is just going to wear something dark that makes her blend into the shadows really well. The next prompt is a quote that shows your character's personality. And Inej is super into like Suli proverbs and stuff. So I think that she's gonna like a good proverb. So for this I'm gonna go with the quote, "A beautiful thing is never perfect." just because it feels like something she would say if they were offered too good of a deal for a job or something like that. The next quote is a landscape that your character would love to live in, and so she really wants to go back to her home in Ravka. So I believe that she's going to want a Ravkan type landscape, and Ravka always came across to me kind of as a country type landscape, so that's what I'm gonna pick for her landscape. The next prompt is a book that your character would enjoy, and I feel like Inej might like something like The Hunger Games, where it's kind of about fighting your way out and just being strong. So I think that that's something that she would enjoy. The next prompt is a food or drink your character would enjoy. What does she like? Waffles. There's like this running joke in Six of Crows about waffles, so she would definitely enjoy waffles. So the first bonus prompt is that certain spark. What separates this character from other characters? Pick a photo that represents a unique aspect of this character. So Inej is kind of referred to as the spider sometimes. She's also referred to as the wraith. But I feel like a spider is kind of what represents what makes her unique, because she is so sneaky and you would never see her coming up on you until you've already been bitten. Next one is the beast within. If this character were an animal, what animal would they be? Pick a photo that represents this. So, as I said, spider. I feel like this photo kind of applies to both of these, so I'm just going to use it for both of them. And then the last prompt is Bookflowers Unite. We have to incorporate flowers into this, so pick a flower that best matches the character. And so for this, there was one that she literally just talked about in the book. So for this, I'm going to pick some geraniums. So I don't know that much about flowers, but I do want to say that it was kind of just mentioned as a side comment that her mom liked geraniums, so that's what I'm going with. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was the book character Pinterest challenge. As I said before, this was originally created by Perks of a Bookflower. Kristen, I believe is her name, and her info is all going to be linked down below, so do please check her out if you haven't. And so if you would like to comment down below your favorite and least favorite characters, as well as anything else you thought about this video, please do so down below. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe. I post videos on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, so I will see you then. Bye!